Today on One, your daily dose of local affairs and social media commentary.
Today on One, Kapofi disappointed in public defying the curfew. 48-year-old neglected after losing eyesight. Son suspends co-founder. And give violence a red card.
Minister of Home Affairs, Immigration, Safety and Security Frans Kapofi has expressed disappointment with the behavior of citizens for failing to adhere to the regulations aimed at curbing the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic. Kapofi went on Operation Saturday night to observe public compliance. Accompanying the Khomas region men and women in uniform on patrol was Minister Frans Kapofi, who witnessed firsthand the officials enforcing the law and coming upon incidents such as gender-based violence on the streets, vehicles driving around during curfew, and bars packed to capacity after the prescribed closing time of 8 p.m. This venue in Prosperita was closed off for the minister to address those that contravened the regulation and reminded them of the health risks involved.
I know there is enjoyment is enjoyment, but there is a limit. Because when you get into that trouble in your bed, in your hospital bed, it's going to be serious and you are going to be alone. It's not, the beer is not going to be with you. And you must know some of you have children at home, you have families at home, and you are gathering like this, the risk is very high for everybody, for the health of everyone. Therefore, you have 15 minutes to clear from this place. 15 minutes to clear.
Leading the operation was Commissioner Joseph Shikongo, who lashed out at the youth for not adhering to the laws.
We are not taking responsibility because the regulations are very clear. That by 8 o'clock bars, shoppings, lounge, casinos must be closed by 8 o'clock. And what's the time now? And even if it's 8, are you people ready to, were you really ready to close and go home? It's not. Don't even tell me yes. Hello. I'm saying don't make the situation worse. Yeah? And I can tell you I have the capacity to arrest anyone of you here. And then you go and sleep in the cells. I can do that. Alternatively, I can call my officers and you all get a fine which is appropriate to the COVID-19.
Another bar in Khomasdal was also raided and the owner given a final warning. Kapofi met traffic officials on the roads, urging them to keep up the good work and not to tolerate non-adherence. The police later responded to an incident involving a 16-year-old girl and a 37-year-old man in Ochomuise near the shopping center. The men allegedly tried to pull the girl from a vehicle, after which she took a stone and injured the man on the face.
We went to her place and we pick up and we come here. Now we acting like this. I was with my friends. No, she's taking my location.
No, he's lying. Officer.
Okay.
When I was taking an ATM, I wanted to take an ATM and then this guy
How did you go?
He wanted to rape me.
Oh,
The law enforcement made a few arrests with mostly motorists who found themselves on the wrong side of the law.
We just only stopped the car on the road, and then the officer realized that the number on the car itself does not correspond with the number on the desk. Yeah. So that's why we see that this is a total forgery, and according to the law, this is a total straight arrest case. So yeah, not guilt. Yes. So currently now the guy was explained that he's going to be arrested, and we're going to detain him.
Meanwhile, before midnight, a driver with an Ondangwa registration number bumped into a city police vehicle after he tried to evade the oncoming convoy. Alcohol was found in the vehicle and he was detained. The Minister of Safety and Security later expressed disappointment with the fact that many citizens continue to transgress the regulations aimed at curbing the spread of a disease that has already claimed over 400 lives.
The challenge that they are facing is the public that is simply not
adhering to the regulation that is in place, simply disregarding these regulations with impunity. And they expect, I don't know what they expect of the law enforcement, whether they expect them to chase them and shoot at them or what. But I have seen the other one who was almost ran over a police officer.
Kapofi said that he is pleased with the work of law enforcement and appealed to Namibians to close bars at 8 p.m. and be at home after 10 p.m. as they will soon intensify operations to ensure that the public abides by the regulations.
Insurance is the best safety net you can buy yourself. It is something good you do for yourself, because should anything happen to any of your assets, you will be okay. Luckily, it also doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg. More affordable, yet still reliable options are available in Namibia. The right insurer will get you financially prepared for accidents or emergencies with insurance for your phone, car, buildings, or your business. Let the Good Deal Namibia help you stretch your dollar by directing you to the one insurer that promises decreased premiums the longer you are insured. For a quote, simply SMS INSURE to 555 and we will call you back.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
Living in his cousin's shack in Havana, 48-year-old Simon Baduko's life was halted last year, September, after he started losing his eyesight. He is now under the care of his 7-year-old daughter. Baduko, who has since been neglected by his wife after losing his eyesight, is now being cared for by his 7-year-old daughter. No to Gender-Based Death and Violence Initiator Zachary Itodo is calling on aid for the 48-year-old to get medical attention for his eyes.
We discovered that he's married, but it is alleged that the wife is hardly around. She is hardly here with him. He's left alone with a 7-year-old daughter who doesn't go to school as a result of this condition. And as you can see, he sleeps on the bare floor with the daughter. And the daughter has to help him out with everything, even going to the toilet and so on, which is not really nice. And also how we can assist him get medical attention, because he needs medical attention as well. So I plead with the public, and let's see how we can help this man once again.
A Samora Machel community member who identified Baduko's situation says he would sometimes go days without eating as his wife is never home, adding that he has approached one of the schools in the area to enroll the 7-year-old.
The community leader, he called me to come and see this problem for the Tate. Tate was here, he was problem with the blood. It's not seeing nice. That time we were coming here, we find that Tate is sleeping with hunger. I'm asking him more questions with the, after say I'm go to the office of councillor, I'm go to the office of the police, and this Tate stay with the one kid for 7 years. See, only that kid will help this Tate toilet and everything to go to through in Omuramba. Please, the community of the Namibian, you listen to here today to me, to please to bring this Tate, you need to help to eat, to help to blankets, to help the mattress and both for cook and food and dressing, everything they choose, and the kids also. If you have the also something for the kids, you can bring. Please, you can help this tate and that kids.
The 48-year-old says he came from Opuo to come seek medical attention for his eyes at the Central Hospital, but has not gotten any, and he's now looking for funds to go to a private hospital.
I mean, Beyamba, Okuda Opuo, Beako Ipangero, Kojipangro Central, Kuyokutaro me. Autamu September, Ogujo Kupato, Nyenye, Ayokupata Mun December. Nambano kitu ya muno mwize tukapo no kanache kanje omukaindu wendo kukano bikali habye nukwenda ko barumendu batu katugapa muno mukaindu kenji dikiro bikulya omeyanji kateke Opuo tukamwangaro njuli ya tuwe bali no kanache bikulya tupewa ko bandu bananjenda ulingwa acha biyo bandu mwatonjara bandu wa mukuru okanaji kake iko shikole ambalimo kujamihitisa okujamie puwe vero meho kapeno mundu umeka sapata kwa shikole.
Community Voices proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation. Good today, better tomorrow.
My name is Ephraim. I say no to gender-based violence. Do you? Simon Amunime, Bernard Kavau, and Tyson Hapengwapo are famously known for resigning from the Namibian National Students Organization NANSO because of the organization's alleged political affiliations, and created a rival organization called the Student Union of Namibia SUN. The SUN leadership recently announced the shocking suspension of their co-founder Bernard Kavau. In an interview with the suspended SUN member Bernard Kavau, he noted that the current leadership is unwilling to reveal to him or the media on what charges he has been suspended.
No, yes, I do not know and I'm not aware. You see, you don't just say Article what or Article 13 like they are claiming, or you can't just say, no, we've been observing you since 2019 or 2020 in June and all those things. The question is, why were you quiet all that time? What effort have you made as a union to engage the person? And I always make it clear to the people that they must understand I was voted as the chairperson of all student leaders in Namibia. Some of the things I've done, it has been in the capacity of such. That's why it was evident I would work with the SRC. We've done a lot of things, including them. And I was the chairperson of a task force team, which is like a president. So I have requested, you must clarify which one are you saying, on what date and what exactly was done, because I always welcome. It's fine for an organization to have dialogues. Okay, dialogues are welcome, but assumptions are very wrong. At the moment, I'm worried about the organization. I want the organization to remain relevant as it is. I referred you to the national chairperson to say, can he explain what are the charges? He will be unable to explain to you, because this is just individual people who just decided to write something and trying to look for publicity as significant, which is in their own right. That's why I have said, if they believe the charges that they have said are accurate and it speaks fact, then they are welcome, but they should let me know which ones and the charges. They should be able to tell the public when is the hearing and who are this independent disciplinary committee. These are things that we always welcome in every organization.
SUN national spokesperson Tyson Hapengwapo said that they withheld announcing the charges to the media to protect the career and personal life of Kavau.
The comrade was suspended way back. I think he was suspended in February on 18. The suspension was sent via the email and also hard copy. But you see, as a student body that was found in principle of ethics and value, we decided to not to publish these things publicly. So to protect the image of the organization and also to protect the personality of the comrade. You see, some charges that the comrade was charged with could literally damage his personal life or could even damage his relationship with his kids, his relationship with his girlfriend, and also jeopardize his career. So we decided that, okay, let's try to minimize these things as internal. So when we suspend the comrade, we said, you are charged with this and this and this and this, but due to this reason, to try to protect your image, we are not going to publish these things publicly.
Despite his suspension, Kavau vows to continue the fight for their members and promises them that he will not be sidelined by this suspension.
The Namibia Statistics Agency is busy with census mapping, a preface for the main population and housing census to be conducted in 2021. Census mapping aims to demarcate the entire Namibia into uniquely defined units of enumeration areas to provide an accurate national geographic frame to conduct census. To find out more, tune in to Conversations with the NSA on Sunday, the 14th of March from 4:30 to 5:30 on One Africa TV. Play your part, be counted.
The White Ribbon Campaign is an active men's group aimed at educating and raising awareness and is committed to ending violence and sexual abuse against women, men, and the girl child. The program director of the White Ribbon Campaign, Charles Simakumba, said that the main aim of the campaign is to raise awareness about violence and is urging more men to take care of the women.
Our women are not free in this country. Our young girls are not free in this country. So therefore, we need to do something. We as men and women who are here right now, let's show violence the red card as from today. Let's start saying no to violence against women and children, even other men as well. We are launching this project called Respect Her Campaign, which will be going throughout the whole 14 region. We'll be talking to men, encouraging them to pledge not to commit, not to excuse, or remain silent about violence against women and children. This is a campaign whereby we'll be encouraging men in sports or wherever men are gathering to talk about the issue of gender-based violence and to say, enough, it's enough. Let's all support women. Let's all stand together with our sisters and mothers. The violence which is happening in this country, it's affecting us men as well. It's affecting me. It's affecting you. It's affecting each and everyone in the community. So what are you doing? What is your role? We need to respect our women and our girls. We need to look women in their eyes, not as objects, but as people like us, human beings. Let's stop now insulting them, pointing fingers at them, condemning them, demeaning them, even controlling them. Let's come up now with the way of respect.
In her keynote address, the Deputy Minister of Gender, Equality, Poverty Eradication and Child Welfare, Bernadette Jager, praised the campaign director for their efforts in raising awareness against violence in the communities, as it has become a concern in the country.
Protecting women and children and providing them with effective services cannot be compromised. Increasing incidents of gender-based violence and abuse of Namibian children must be tackled by all of us head-on. Lately, gender-based violence and violence against women and girls is not reducing. And this makes one to wonder, but why this violent behaviors? We acknowledge your bravery to develop such a wide support network of male volunteers across Namibia that will further develop campaign activities. As you will go around the country educating and encouraging men and boys to stand up against violence against women, I also today encourage you to work hard, hand in hand, with our community liaison officers in all the regions.
By wearing the white ribbon, supporters of the campaign take a pledge never to commit, condone, or remain silent about violence in all its forms.
Training Authority's Vocational Education and Training Levy Program allows eligible employers to claim back up to 50% of levies paid in a financial year. Claims for the annual employer training grant must include evidence of training for the period April 2020 to March 2021. The deadline for submission of claims is 1st May 2021. To submit claims, visit www.nta.com.na or contact 061 2078 168 or 2078 170 for support.
In other leading stories, the Business and Intellectual Property Authority and the Namibian Competition Commission signed a memorandum of understanding that will see the two institutions collaborate on the sharing of data pertaining to activities of business establishments, especially those dealing in restrictive business practices and the competitiveness of industries. The NACC, in terms of its enabling legislation, deals with mergers and acquisitions, restrictive business practices and economic research, and will therefore share related data and information with BIPA to ensure cross-compliance of information provided by business entities. Equally, BIPA will make available data within its control that may be required by the NACC to further enhance their role as a regulator in the competition arena. The sharing of key data will remain subject to privacy and confidentiality provisions in the law. NACC has developed a microeconomic database as a market intelligence tool and would therefore rely on BIPA to feed critical information to enable the database to become an effective tool. The agreement will remain in force for an indefinite period or until such a time when another agreement supersedes the existing one.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. A delegation from the Stellenbosch University, led by Vice-Chancellor Wim de Villiers, paid the Mayor of Windhoek a courtesy call this week. They discussed a partnership between Windhoek, the town of Stellenbosch, and its university. Mara said it is great of them to visit the young and ambitious Mayor of Windhoek. Annabelle simply said, "Good job." The Student Union of Namibia, SUN, at a press conference singled out young members of parliament that are not advocating for youth issues. Moy said the views are coming from jealous individuals that aspire to be politicians. TC Daniel said they are not able to address the issue of students dropping out from universities due to the fact that they were rejected by NASFAF. Andrea said politics is a dirty game. Shah Chishemo said that he likes what the two young men have alluded to, but said an improvement in communication skills is needed. McFessy said English is not an African language. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today and One.
Welcome to the last segment in our Savvy and 60 series, which aims to educate you on all things insurance. Today, we're looking at something called the regular driver. Simply put, the regular driver is the person who drives the car most often, and by most often, we don't mean the person who puts the most kilometers on the clock. We mean the person who drives the car the most. Let's look at an example. You drive the car 5 times a week, and you only put 75 kilometers on the clock. Your wife drives the car once a week and racks up 200 kilometers. Who's the regular driver? You. Because while your wife drives further, you drive the car more often. It's important to note who the regular driver is because it determines the premium and can affect the outcome of your claim. You see, if the regular driver is someone else, the wrong driver is insured, you've been paying the wrong premium for the wrong policy all along. Want to learn more on the regular driver? Visit kingplus.co.za and check out our personal policy doc. Then when you're done, go ahead and get a super cheap quote. It only takes a few minutes. Stay savvy. Until next time.
A look at the weather forecast. The Namibia interior sunny and hot in the south, otherwise partly cloudy and hot with a few odd showers in the northwest, central north and east. Windy conditions will persist in the south and west. The coast partly cloudy and cool to warm, and the wind moderate to fresh southwesterly. Now we look at minimum and maximum temperatures across the country and beyond.
BBC World News, the biggest African and international